Alright, you're trying to be the best. You're trying, but failing. And you're wondering what's setting you apart from the rest of the competition. And it's your gear. So, I'm gonna show you the real best way on how to get perfect gear. So, to start, you're going to want to pick the piece of gear you want to work on. Now, there's multiple ways of doing this, but I'm going to show you the best and the way I do it on how I have so many pieces of good gear. Not necessarily pures like these strapping whites, but good pieces of competitive gear like these punk cherries. So this method can be applied to all ways to get gear. So for example, these white kicks, I'm gonna skip over your knowledge of which gear gives the what abilities. You can pretty much search it up anywhere on the internet. So I'm going to be trying to get perfect run speed on these white kicks. This is just like every other way. You gotta get some abilities on it. So I'm gonna play some games and I'll come back once I have got abilities on all three subs. Alright, so I just finished getting all the abilities on the shoes. It can go faster or shorter depending on obviously if you win or not. Also, if you have a drink ticket, it will boost your gear XP by 1.5, so you can do that to level up your gear faster as well. I didn't use a ticket, I just grinded it out. And so next I will show you kind of like the next phase. So if you're watching this, I'm sure you already know what gear scrubbing is. So we're gonna do that, but the better way. So obviously as you scrub your slots, because that took me about an hour of grinding just to fill up these shoes. If I'm gonna scrub it off and then go do that again, that's gonna take me so long to get the roll that I want, alright? So this is what separates the boys from the men, the girls from the women, alright? You gotta get over it, and you gotta use those super sea snails up there. As you can see, I have 20 because I used up mine. So what you're gonna do is go to here, you're going to select your whatever piece of gear you want, and pretty much you're just going to re-roll. So you can get lucky, obviously, by re-rolling pieces of gear and getting a piece of perfect gear. You can also re-roll with specific brands. So for example, I'm doing Rockenberg because I want run speed, so I'm going to be doing that. And so I've got a secret to share with you. A lot of people do not know that this is part of the game. So every time you scrub those three sub abilities, you get one chunk for each, right? So since I'm gonna be re-rolling Rockenberg, when I re-roll, I have a higher chance of getting run speed chunks. So as I re-roll, I get more chunks, and I can use those chunks to put towards the perfect gear. So let's start rolling. Actually, first, before I do that, I'm gonna show you how much ability chunks I have before I roll. So you can see how much ability chunks. So currently I have 55 run speed chunks. So if I want to get perfect gear, I can once I get 60 chunks, but for now, just pay attention to that 55, and when I'm done rolling, you will see how much more I've gone up. So the aim is to have at least 30 of these chunks, and I'm going to re-roll until I get at least 2, and then I place the last chunk in. And so let's get rolling. So now I got those chunks back. And now when I reroll this again, I'll get 1 ink recovery, 1 ink saver main, and 1 special charge up chunk. Regardless of what I roll next, I'll always get those chunks. So you can see them pop out at the bottom. So I'm gonna keep going. So see, I'm already getting more run speed chunks. That could have been good. Alright, so I've already done 9 rolls. So I'm gonna do 1 more because I'd still like to save my sea snails for other gear. Or maybe I'll luck out and get perfect gear. Dang. So as you can see, I have only 1 run speed, but that is still good enough because now if we go back to here, you can see that I now have 62 from before from the 55. So I'm going to go add those on. So this is going to cost me 50 ability chunks. That is a lot, but I'm going to do it for the sake of this video. And there you have it. Now I've got perfect gear. And as well as, if you noticed, since I was re-rolling that piece of gear and I was getting random ability chunks, I now have more of other chunks. So now if I want to go, let's say I want to work on something with quick respawn. I got some quick respawn chunks from re-rolling with sea snails. So yeah, that's how I get my perfect gear. I feel like it's the best way. I know some people don't want to let go of their super sea snails, but if it's for the sake of being better than everyone else, I would say it's a small price to pay. One last thing before I end this off is if you do not have sea snails, unfortunately, I do not believe there's another way. In this game, if you run out of sea snails, you cannot increase slots or reroll. In the first game, you could use coins once you're out of sea snails. I have no idea, I've never ran out of sea snails in this game, but I will double check and put an annotation on the screen saying if you can use coins. Yeah, if you like this video, please, I would really appreciate it if you at least subscribed. You could like and comment as well if you want, but I'm going to be doing some more Splatoon videos, and just subscribing and even just giving my video a view is motivation for me. I also do live streams, so if you want to come play, I do a lot of Salmon Run and League, and usually I'll play those with viewers. Sometimes I'll do private battles as well, and it's a lot of fun. So thanks for watching, and good luck out there with your brand new gear.